Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Auto repair with personal care. We know what we're talking about. Matt Gibbs and the guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right. We'll treat you right.
All right, we are at the portion of the broadcast day when we talk to Matt Gibbs, and this show is called Auto Repair with Personal Care. If you have a question about the car you're driving, the car you want to buy for somebody as a gift, Matt is here to answer those questions. The number is 622-9622. Matt's business, sorry, I didn't mean to hit that, is Sunrise Automotive, and he's got another business called Crossroad Auto Sales. Sunrise Automotive fixes cars. Crossroad Auto Sales sells cars. They're both on the same piece of property at 1800 Northwest 10th Street here in Ocala. And that's where I go for my car, and that's where I went for my car. Does that make sense? I went there to buy the one I own, and I go there to maintain the one I own.
There you go.
How about that?
That's good.
Go and went.
Go.
It's difficult for somebody not knowing English. English is your second language. You get so confused with that go and went thing, right? You ever have somebody come to you and say, I go to the store yesterday? And you go, well, you went to the store yesterday. You have to
I don't correct nobody.
You don't? No? Senor? They don't call you senor? Do you have a lot of people who don't speak English that come to see you?
Yes.
Yeah? And how do you communicate to them what's wrong with the car?
Yeah, I don't.
You don't? Well, you just put it in pictures?
We just figure it out somehow.
And what is the language that normally...
Most of the time, Spanish.
Spanish. And so nobody speaks Spanish there, huh?
No. I've had some guys speak Spanish, but I don't right now.
It's amazing how many people are bilingual. I'm always amazed at that, to just shift back and forth between two languages.
I'm not. I have a hard enough being
English.
Single-lingual. I don't speak English. I speak American.
So you had surgery on your shoulder. Can we talk about that first? How is it doing?
It's doing okay.
What does the doctor say about the
doctor never. I mean, he told me what he was going to do.
Yeah.
And then so they did it, and then they told my wife what they did do, but I haven't talked to the doctor.
Were you asleep when they did it?
Yeah. I would think I would be asleep, but I didn't get the chance to talk to him after, like post-op.
So how long did it take?
It took less than an hour, from what I'm understanding.
Okay, how long did it feel like for you?
Felt like 2 seconds. No, I mean, I remember going to sleep, waking up, and then
isn't that amazing that happens?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
So now I got to wear this contraption for 6 weeks.
What is that thing?
It's called a slingshot.
And it keeps your arm where it should be.
Yeah, they don't want me moving it.
How long?
6 weeks.
So you're sleeping in a recliner?
Yes.
Okay. Because there's no way you could sleep like that in a bed.
No.
Do you need any help? You need a pillow or anything? Can I help you?
I got a pillow. There's a pillow right here.
Right, but I mean for the rest of
you see this little thing right here?
Yeah.
That's where my ball goes. There's a little ball that goes in there, and then you squeeze it.
Oh, for exercise?
Yeah. So,
okay.
But my ball popped out of my little ball holder.
Yeah, that happens.
It does.
You got to be careful.
I know. I got an extra ball just in case that one bounces away.
Yeah, that's what God gave all of us, at least an extra one. Hey, can I ask you something about computers?
Yeah.
Okay. This computer behind me that Robin uses was overloaded, needed some memory ease. I had to release some stuff because it was too filled.
Right.
It happens all the time on my computer. Does that happen with the computers in cars?
No.
They never get overfilled. And
I mean, but you're putting stuff on. You're downloading apps.
Okay.
And you're putting stuff on, right? Right.
Yeah.
So with the automotive, the computers that are in our cars, we don't have the access to be able to add stuff to.
Do they update themselves? Like it says, oh, you have an update ready for your phone. Does the car also update the computer?
The car, yes, there are updates. We do updates all the time on cars, but they don't do them by themselves. In other words, like for instance, like if it's a GM and someone comes in and they complaining about a particular way that their car's acting. My car does this.
Right.
Well, a lot of times there's nothing wrong. When I say that there's nothing wrong, this is where I have a rub with customers. This is where me and the customers rub. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, what do you mean there's nothing wrong? It does this.
Right.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's doing anything wrong. It may be doing exactly the way it was designed. Because you don't like it doesn't necessarily mean it's
what?
wrong.
Like, what's a good example of that?
Well, for instance, like there might be like when you're driving at 47 miles an hour, you get a slight surge. And now that surge is part of the emission stuff. There's nothing wrong with the car. I can't put this part on to fix that surge. That's just it's the way the car works, okay? But I can tell you that that's a normal condition. Most people don't like that answer. So what'll happen is once we get enough complaints, GM will come out and say, okay, in the operation, in the way that the computer is functioning, we need to change this. It's a program issue. So once they do that, once they change the programming, now I have a computer that I can plug into your computer, and we're going to give it some new information. We're going to take out the old information, and we're going to give it this new information. Now, with this new information, it's not going to do that little thing at 47 miles an hour anymore. Okay.
And do you sometimes get that information from the manufacturer and then realize
all that information comes from the manufacturer?
So how does the customer know? Do you tell them, or
the customer may not know? The customer says, "This is what my car is doing."
Oh.
I go, okay, there's nothing wrong with the car. Oh, but yes, there is, because this is what my car is doing.
Okay, now I'm following that.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
No, okay, now there's an update. Now, a lot of times, like when like the let's say Palm Chevrolet orders 20 cars to put on their lot.
Right.
And they just order 20 brand new Cruises. They're going to put it on the lot, get them ready for Christmas. Then they'll get a notification from General Motors and say, oh, you can't sell those cars. We got a new update. We got an issue with ABS systems, and it's a programming issue. So that you have to wait before you can sell the car until we reprogram all those cars with the new software.
Oh, okay. So the school board is going to buy
a bunch of new buses?
Yes. I have a question for you about this. So they want to put air conditioning in the new ones, so that's going to be part of what they pay for. But the old ones are going to be retrofitted. Okay? The retrofitted is 140 of them, okay? It'll be $2.6 million to retrofit the 140 buses, but that $2.6 million does not include labor.
Wow.
How much labor? Is labor normally more than the parts? No, okay.
The rule of thumb is for every dollar of labor that you spend, you also spend $1 in part. So it's almost 50-50.
Oh, it's about the same. Okay. So if they're going to retrofit all the school buses with air conditioners,
it could be a $5 million project.
Yeah. Wow. But they could buy 100 buses for $1.3 million. Why don't they already with air conditioning? Why don't they just buy the buses?
Well,
it sounds more expensive to retrofit them.
No, I mean I'm sure adding air conditioning is not going to cost near as much as a whole bus.
Well, it says 100 buses is $1.3 million. Retrofitting 140 buses is $2.6 million, not counting labor.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay. Yeah.
That doesn't.
I trust you. I don't know.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay.
That doesn't make sense. Those numbers just don't add up.
Well, I got it. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I just wondered about it. So, but labor is usually $1 for dollar.
Typically, that's how it works. It's.
The other story this morning, I gave it to you, was regarding something that's in the news today about the what's it say, 22%? Yeah, what was the number?
22%.
That's how much light comes through, and it should be 100%.
Yeah, because
and that's the foggy headlight lens we've talked about before.
Yeah,
and you fixed that, right?
Yeah. We fixed that. Those are expensive to replace, and I learned how to do it. I had to. Okay, but for those people, if you're driving around with headlights that are not as bright as they should be, you can know what's wrong just by looking at them in the daylight, and you'll see that they look like they've got cataracts. Yeah, Yeah, they got cataracts.
And you don't have to replace them.
No,
You have to do what?
we just have to fix them.
You have a way.
We have yes.
And how much does that cost?
They're like $90.
For both of them?
Yeah.
Both sides?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Some of them are 90. Some of the more expensive ones are 125. So between 90 and 125
Still cheaper than new covers, right?
Well, they're not covers. They're headlight assemblies.
Oh.
Go price. I had one headlight assembly.
How much?
They're anywhere from couple $100 for one to $1,000 for one.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I mean they're all different price, but having them.
And what causes them to go foggy again?
They're saying the sun, but I don't agree with the sun.
I don't either.
I don't either.
Remember we had this discussion? How come the taillights don't get foggy?
I think it's just.
I think it's the wind.
I think it's wind. It's particles in the
Right,
wind.
right.
And
Yeah.
it's plastic. When they first came out, when they started doing away with the old headlights that
Right.
we always had the little square and round headlights.
Right.
But they were always glass, right? They were made out of glass. They didn't do this. They stayed glass until they burned out and you replaced them.
Yeah.
Well, when they first came out with these are called composite headlights. That's what we went from the old headlight system to this composite headlight. That was back in O.J. Simpson in his car chase made them real. That's what the O.J. the Bronco.
I know that, but that made the headlight popular.
But yeah, that made a difference. It was his Bronco was the first year of the composite headlights.
Really?
Yeah. So. But that in his car, those weren't plastic. They were made out of glass.
Oh, okay.
They didn't do this. So really, at the end of the day, we lessened the quality and created a created a problem.
But see, my reason for agreeing with you that it's not the sun is that the backlights are also plastic.
Right, and they don't do that.
They don't get foggy.
No.
Or whatever.
So either you need to drive everywhere for the nenext 6 months backwards. Let's see what happens to the back, or let's take a tail light lens and just mount it to the front of the car. Just see what happens.
Now, that's a better idea.
Yeah,
because then you can go 60.
Yeah, because your neck would hurt after like 6 months of driving backwards.
All right, so here's a great idea as a Christmas gift. Get somebody a gift certificate for headlight cleaning or something. That's a good idea, right?
Yeah.
I keep recommending tires because you're
hung up on these tire things.
Because if you don't have good tires, you're done. Don't you hate getting a flat?
Yes, I do. I call somebody if I get a flat.
We all do now. Everybody seems to be doing that.
I call somebody.
And who do you call?
I call my friends at C&M Towing.
And they fix it for you?
Nope. Michael just pick it up and bring it to my shop.
And then somebody else does it?
And then somebody else fix my flat tire.
Oh, my gosh. 2 weeks from today is Christmas. What are your Christmas plans?
Oh, my gosh.
You've got one wing down. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
How are you going to drum?
I'm not drumming. I haven't drummed in over a year.
Like the Def Leppard guy with no arm.
Yep. But he lost his left arm, I think.
I don't know.
I think he still has. I can't drum with no right arm. There's no way.
How could you drum with one arm though?
I could do it for a little. I can't do it like he does, but I can keep a beat going. But I have to have my right arm. I can't do it with my left arm.
Well.
But I haven't drummed in a long time.
How come?
I have my electric drum set, so I put on my headphones. I put in my music when I want to do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You don't drum at the church? I thought you were part of the church.
No, I don't drum at the church.
Do you have a Christmas Eve tradition in your family?
Well, but we do no. when you have as many kids as I have, you can't have no traditions. You just gotta wing it. You gotta wing it, brother. You just gotta wing it. So we don't do Thanksgiving. We do Thanksgiving the Saturday before.
Okay, well that's a tradition.
It's one we just realized that if we do it that day, then we could have everybody together. So we're gonna actually do a Christmas dinner on Sunday. Christmas, I believe, is on Tuesday.
Right.
So we're going to celebrate Christmas on Sunday. This way we can have everybody, and not everybody's pressed to go see other family and all this stuff. We get to enjoy everybody, and they can come and go, and we're not rushed. And so there's our tradition. Our tradition is not to do it on...
Are all of your children graduated from high school?
Yes, they graduated from high
Okay, I wasn't sure if... was Joey the youngest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So you're not an empty nester yet, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you are an empty nester.
Well, Joey gone. My daughter's in Gainesville.
I thought your daughter still lived with you.
No.
Okay.
No, but Joey's coming home Thursday. That's always fun. That's fun. We love having Joey. We love having the kids around, but Joey's the one. He's the one furthest away, and so getting him home is a blessing.
Chicago, right? That's where he's living.
He's in Urbana, Illinois, Champaign.
Oh, okay.
Champaign.
Okay. If you have a question about your car, why don't you call? The number is 622-9622. It's making a funky noise. You want to explain to Matt? Maybe you just want to know how to analyze the computer.
There you go. You want to know how to analyze the computer.
There's a way to do this. That's something I don't know.
What? How to analyze a computer?
Yeah.
You got to speak computer. You got to speak car.
Got a hook. A computer can speak computer.
I did an interview yesterday for an employee, and I try to doing this as long as I've done it. You kind of understand where they're at. It's kind of like you ever watch American Idol, and then these people come up and they say that they can sing, and Simon Cowell will say something like, "What the hell was that?" You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
oh no.
And so people come in and they're like, they say I'm this.
A mechanic, for example.
Well, no, because I had to establish real quick the difference between a mechanic and a technician.
Okay.
So people come in and say that they can do this, and then you ask
man.
them. So all you got to do is ask the right question.
How can you fake that?
You can't.
So what do you ask?
Oh, it's just like,
I want to hear what you do. And what was the answer from this one person?
It's just a multitude of different answers. I said, what is your forte? What is your forte?
Oh, I want to hear this. So say, what is your forte? That's your question?
That's one of my questions. What is your forte?
And do they know what forte means?
I know everything.
Oh, everything. Oh, I see.
Everything.
And that wouldn't be true if they really.
No, because all of us have a forte. It's like, okay, you're a musician, right?
Right.
So as far in the world of instruments, what's your forte?
Oh, okay, I see.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You could probably play multiple instruments.
Sure, right.
But what's your forte? What are you good at?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when they tell me I can everything, I'm like, oh, okay. So then my next question would be, so how are you with drivability?
What does that mean, drivability?
Exactly. See, and they, I can balance tires. I can.
Oh, so they need to know what you're actually asking.
If they don't know what I'm asking, then they don't know.
Then they haven't done it.
You see what I'm saying?
And you're looking for somebody who's done it.
I want someone that, when I say, well, how are you with drivability?
What does that actually mean, though?
Drivability means that when a car comes in, let's say you bring your car in and you're telling me it runs rough.
Right.
This car is running rough. Mostly maybe when it's cold. When I first started, it's idling rough. It runs rough.
Right.
That's a drivability issue.
Okay.
Your check engine light's on. That's a drivability issue.
Yeah.
So being able to diagnose those things and work through those are drivability issues. So when I ask how are you with drivability, and you tell me that you can balance my tires, I know you have no idea what we're talking about. We are not on.
So do you go any farther, or do you say thank you?
No, well, I'll go further because I may not be looking for that technician. I might be looking for that mechanic. But before the end of this day, we're going to establish you are not a technician, you are a mechanic. Or you're a technician, you're not a mechanic.
So has anybody ever worked for you that gained the knowledge they needed to be a technician because they were on the job?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. And usually what happens, they'll go somewhere else. You know, they'll go find I want to work at the dealership. I want to expand my horizons and stuff. And then a lot of times they'll go do that. Like I have one guy now. He was a technician. He worked as a technician. He's a great technician, but he had to say, came to me and said, I need to know what it's like to work in a dealership. Well, come in my office. I'll sit down and talk to you about it. I'll tell you all about what you do, you know. But he had to go experience it for himself. That was just something, part of his journey. And now he's back working for me again. So, so it all worked out good.
You have a phone call, Matt. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt. Thank you for calling.
Good morning, Matt. This is Sonny calling.
Hey, Sonny.
I noticed my gas mileage has dropped, and I thought I heard you at earlier programs speak something about cleaning something in the air intake, some kind of a sensor. I was just wondering if that's a big deal or not.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know when you've had it done, or but cleaning the actual intake system itself. They build up a carbon after a period of time. Cleaning it, you know, a lot of people would call it cleaning injectors, but it's so much more than just cleaning an injector. It's cleaning the whole system, the intake system, the pre-chambers, the cylinder heads, the backs of the valves. There's a whole cleaning process that we do, and that would probably help if it's not been done in a long period of time, in the last 30, 50,000 miles. It should be done, and that would probably cause your fuel economy to come back to life there.
All right. Well, I heard you mention something about a wire or something that goes across, and that gets built up with dirt or something on it.
Yeah,
the opening of the intake.
Yeah,
before the butterfly.
Yeah, the mass airflow sensor. But typically, if you get a piece of trash on the mass airflow sensor, you're going to come to me and say my car is running like junk.
Yeah.
My car, there's something bad running.
Yeah.
So that's what, and then we would go and look at that. You know, or even your check engine light would be on, and it would have like a mass airflow sensor code.
Well, if that happened, I would have been to see you about it.
Yes.
But anyway.
Yep.
Again, thank you for everything you're doing. Thank you for your programming, and it was always great to have somebody that you can rely on and depend on.
Yep. Thank you, Sonny.
All righty. Thanks again, Matt. And if I don't talk to you or see you, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you and yours.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Sorry, I just put Aretha Franklin on your picture there. I didn't mean to do that. So if you're watching the video, that was a mistake. I had Aretha Franklin on instead of you. Your voice was there, but it was her face.
Huh.
That's a sure way.
It should be the other way. Put me in her voice.
So this morning there was a video that I guess was trending or whatever, showing the ways that you get ripped off when you go to a dishonest place for an oil change. Mm-hmm. And it's just amazing to me. I mean, that's why I don't go to those. Mm-hmm. That's why I just come to you. It's just so much easier. I know that whatever you're going to tell me, I can trust it. That's the big reason. That's bigger than everything. You know, if it says they can change my oil in 10 minutes, I say fine, but I'd rather pay a little bit more. I'm not saying you do cost more. I don't even know the difference. But the point is, I know that you're going to tell me what I need to know.
Yeah, so in those places, I'm less. To be honest with you, I'm less because, like, I know when you go to those places, if they need charge you a dab for brake fluid, a dab for coolant, a dab for this, they charge you $2, $1, $1.50. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just do that.
Yeah.
You know, we just do that on everybody's car.
So I only say that to tell everybody else that the reason Matt is the guy I go to for my car issues, whether it's to buy one or have one fixed, is because I trust him. That's a big thing. I trust him with the price. I trust him with the knowledge. I trust his guys and him to make sure that I have a car I can drive with after just bringing it over. That's all I got to do. Bring it. It's like donating blood. All you got to do is show up.
That's it. That's all I got to do.
All right, so go to see Matt. Go to Sunrise Automotive. If I can do a real quick pitch for Christmas. Get a gift certificate for somebody. Maybe it's for an oil change. Maybe it's for the future. Who knows? Something might happen that you need. Maybe tires. Or headlights being cleaned.
Yeah.
Right? What else could we say? Or detailing. Just get it
detailing.
cleaned up and stuff, right?
Absolutely.
I know you farm that out, right? Somebody else does it?
Yeah.
All right.
But everything that I send out to have something done, I stand behind their work.
That's good to know, too.
You know?
Yeah. All right, so go to see Matt. Let me tell you where Sunrise Automotive is. It's at 1800 Northwest 10th Street. The phone number to call is 690-1993. And if you're looking to buy a car, it's the same place. So you go to the same place. But if you want to call them, it is... let me see if I got it. 690-6695.
There you go. Wow.
You just answer the phone differently, that's all?
Yeah, we answer the phone with Crossroad Auto Sales. How can I help you? Or we answer the phone and say, Sunrise Automotive. How can we help you?
Thank you, Matt. Take care of your arm.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.
All right.
Auto repair with personal care. We know what we're talking about. Matt Gibbs and the guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right. We'll treat you right.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA.